Okay, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On Point EDC. Today we have a really cool and interesting pen for you guys. This is from the Essential Precision Products brand, or EPP. And basically a little about them: they build bolt action pens from antimicrobial copper to provide a clean, superior writing solution. All of their pieces are actually CNC machined out of Fort Worth, Texas, which is great. In terms of what I would categorize this as, of course, I would think of it as a custom EDC pen. Some key common characteristics in design language when you're looking for that type of pen. Of course, you're going to want some type of a unique design language, that fun, fidgetable action or actuation while you're deploying the tip, and then, premium materials and construction. And I think this pen called the CuPen Bolt actually hits all of those things. I was super impressed with the actual build material on this. Like, the build quality is insane, and the materials, there's just something really special and premium about it. And I'm not one, if you check my Instagram feed, I'm not one who really gets down with bronze, copper, or brass in terms of kind of the watches or even the EDC items that I carry. But of course, in this kind of new world, kind of post-COVID, or I should say just kind of in the midst of COVID still, something like this with the antimicrobial, there you go, aspect of it, for me is a huge selling point. Yeah, I dig this, especially as, somebody who does use a pen quite often. This not only can be kind of an EDCable item, it's also something that would be great at your local front desk at your day job. So with that said, let's zoom the camera out, get this piece in hand, and take a closer look. All right, guys, now before I pick it up, quick wristwatch check. Boom. We got the Racer, geez, what's this thing called? I just wrapped a review for it. The Resolute. Love this bad boy. Now recently came out on this wonderful titanium bracelet. Full titanium watch. And the reason, of course, why I'm wearing it: one, I just finished reviewing it. Two, yeah, I think it's kind of a fun pairing because it's, and again, a use of kind of an interesting material here. You get full titanium with a really nice hard coating on it. So that's great. Now for the pen, guys, this thing rocks. Look at even the threading on these screws is aligned. That's nuts. The weight, of course, is quite nice, guys. This thing is quite hefty. The thing that I like is that it's actually very thin, which is beautiful. It's only about 9.5 millimeters thick, and it's 2 ounces heavy, and it's about 5.5 inches long. So really great proportions. But although it's thin, man, this thing feels hefty. Oh, bolt action, super solid. I mean, honestly, when I heard about the pen, I thought, okay, kind of gimmicky, right? In terms of the material, I wasn't expecting it to be this nice. I thought it was just going to be good enough, right? But it just happened to offer this really cool material that it's made out of, this really nice copper alloy. But I have to say, the build quality on this is impressive. I kind of want to hit these guys up and just say, hey, can you make me a titanium pen? Or maybe one with just a titanium, maybe this portion in titanium, then this portion in this cool alloy. So, it can, it still be antimicrobial, but yeah, I love titanium. All right. Boom. But yeah, this thing is sweet. I'm just take a look at the build quality on this. Let's come on, focus. Look at how fine everything is. Look at even the signed portion at the top. The way everything meets the case. Nice and tight and uniform. The machining here, it's fully sealed. You don't get a gap, so nothing can fit in there. So it's a closed loop system. Some pens, you'll do that and there'll be a space for air to get in. Not the case here. Gives it just a really, really super solid actuation there. Obviously quite fidgetable. But hey, what makes this pen special, guys? Well, this thing, the surface of the pen continuously sanitizes itself 24/7, right? That's cool, man. This is made from basically a CuVerro copper, which is a registered trademark. And it's basically an EPA registered material proven to kill greater than 99.9% of bacteria. Now, this is the only body 100% manufactured from EPA registered antimicrobial copper. So that's different, man. Am I somebody that's like some big germaphobe? No. But am I somebody that can appreciate a premium product? Yeah, very much so if you watch my channel. Now, in terms of the premium product side of it, guys, yeah, man, this thing, of course, I mentioned these are CNC machined out of Fort Worth, Texas. But one thing you'd probably also like to know is the fact that these are hand assembled by a family owned and run machine shop built basically with recycled materials. And then also it's packing a Schmidt EasyFlow 9000, which is like one of my favorite inserts in terms of writing experience for pens and EDC choices. It's kind of the go-to. I dig it. So in terms of the way it's going to write, you already know that that's amazing. They didn't try to reinvent that, but the package that it's in, I think, is where they really got innovative. I love the milled clip here. Again, the fact that the screws are even precisely aligned with each other. The actuation here, it doesn't stick out too much. It's not super gimmicky bolt action, where it's trying super hard. It's just like, nah, man, like we'll use this bolt action thing because we want this to be solid, sealed, and honestly, it's to stop you from putting it in your pocket with the freaking bolt out, because you're going to end up leaking that ink into your pocket. So it's it's very thoughtful in terms of its execution, which I dig. Now the price, a little bit of a sticker shock on here, guys. $125, but that's direct. And also, again, you're thinking about the materials, you're thinking about the build quality and kind of the uniqueness of this. And honestly, there are pens that cost way more than $125, but within kind of the space, I'd say, of like premium material pens, you can get steel ones, nice ones, I'd say, for less than $100. Titanium ones are typically around $100. Then you get into like zirconium and like those types of really fun, like all these kind of Timascus layouts. Those ones can be 200 and up. So this is kind of in the middle there, at just a little bit over $100 at 125. So I think it is kind of well priced for people that are within this space. Like if you're into EDC pens, $125 doesn't seem that bad. If you're into like Mont Blancs and like really fancy writing utensils, this probably won't appeal to you super a lot at all, because it's really not its use case. This is definitely for somebody who carries knives, carries pens, and love that kind of overbuilt EDCable quality. And that's what you have here. Yeah, again, I was expecting this to be more about the material and kind of its properties, but man, just the finish on this, guys. Look at the machining. This thing's gorgeous. And then you have a bit of a blasted finish here. Catches light really well, and all of this is going to patina over time. It's going to get darker. I mean, it's not going to like turn your skin green or anything, but the oils from your hand will basically make this look a little bit darker, which honestly will probably look even cooler. It just has this cool kind of gold tone to it, versus kind of the more, I don't know, like, you start getting into like brass things and they just and coppers and just all these different finishes, but there's something about the alloy that they use here and kind of the mixture, because it's not like it's pure copper or anything. It's this CuVerro copper or CuVerro, I don't know, but this thing is man, I'm impressed. And let's actually see kind of the springiness on this milled clip there. Okay, nice, like cool, like that will definitely fit over and clamp in really nicely. Like it's not super stiff, so you're not gonna have to fight it. And generally it has a nice little kind of sweep to it, so I don't foresee that being too much of an issue. Even the inscribing here of the CU pen it's just sharp, man. Look at that. That is a sharp looking writing instrument, which I dig. And I have, let's see, a couple of staples, right? In terms of cool pens. Look at that. It's very similar in terms of a very nice premium, EDC-able pen, or even, let me see what I got. Oh, on the non bolt action side, on the clicker side, it has that similar feel, right? And these are expensive pens, right? Full titanium, really cool pens. You get the milled pocket clip there. Of course, these are going to have Allen kind of keys and whatnot. Here you're getting the flat end, but look at how cool that lines up. Man, this is a cool little triple threat here. I do have a bolt action tactile turn, which might have been more appropriate, but with the matching milled clips, I think it's a nice kind of showing. And obviously you guys know the quality of the stuff that I carry. I'm pretty proud of kind of my EDC pens, but this one was a real surprise, honestly. For me, this was kind of just going to be a review of, I thought, kind of a useful product that people would enjoy, and people might be looking for something like this. But honestly, I'm digging it. Nice balance to this. Wonderful quality. I mean, again, guys, if they just made this thing in aluminum or titanium, I would absolutely buy this thing. But the fact that, it has a little bit of a smell, that kind of penny smell to it from that copper, but it doesn't look like a penny at all. It has this cool, really nice kind of warm, earthy gold tone, a little bit more pale on the pale side. It feels nice and looks different, and it's not something that somebody's gonna swipe easily. You're gonna be able to see it if you do want to leave it at your desk at work, or if you're you have a front desk team. Hey, even better, because then you can order a couple of these and even write them off as work expenses, right? So yeah, guys, I was just really surprised by this. Let me go through some of the kind of stats on this just to make sure I'm doing it justice, but definitely check the links in the description below if you want to get into the real details. So basically the copper alloy here is being mixed with zinc, which, interesting enough, zinc also inside of pennies. So it increases the hardness, and it's more comparable to some of the softer grades of steel. So not super hardened or anything like that, but again, it's not really the point of this thing. Although it is super, man, this thing it feels super built, and a lot of that has to do with the weightiness of the material. So if you're somebody that's like, hey, I like to have something that feels substantial in my hand, in my pocket, has a little bit of weight to it, has that premium vibe, you're gonna really find that here. The surface is tarnish resistant, and will not turn anything green. So that's great. It won't turn green. It won't turn your skin green. And that's due to that zinc mixture. However, again, it will darken and patina over time, basically 2 to 3 months of use. And you'll see this thing get a little bit darker, and have a little bit of a warmer tone. Right now, it's quite a cool tone from, kind of just coming out of the box and me just, getting my fingers all over it, but not really soaking anything in. But yeah, I'm digging this, guys. Surprisingly more so than I thought I was going to. I was just excited to share it with you. Now I'm kind of excited to have this thing added to my pen stable. So again, you get that nice solid hefty feel. You get kind of that clean purpose. It's nice. It's meant to be, it's like a clean product, but it goes beyond its mission statement, because it's honestly like a really clean designed pen. I mean, so it's not only clean in the fact that it's antimicrobial material, it's also cleanly designed. These lines are great. This is again, guys, somebody, if you carry this type of stuff, you can appreciate the, that kind of hand built, hand machined, hand assembled, well designed made in the good old US of A, you can appreciate that. And that's something that is very, very cool and very apparent. So I do, want to kind of showcase that. So if you're into this type of situation and solution, man, something like this, getting into this, believe me, you're going to be the type of consumer who can appreciate this. And then in terms of the dimensions, again, as I mentioned, it's 5.5 inches long. Thickness is only about 9.5 millimeters. And then the weight is 2 ounces. So quite substantial feeling in the hand, in the pocket, in your notebook. If you want to strap it in there, you have some type of EDC kind of carry situation or solution. This thing is just going to rock in those terms. So in hand, closing thoughts, guys, kind of those ergonomics. It's heavy, but it's really balanced. And then again, super solid bolt action here. Very nice. Loving that. And then, yeah, it's slim, very nice in terms of kind of in pocket. It's very compact, but it's weighty, so you won't forget about it in the pocket. Model variants go, you do get kind of an engravable milled clip. So if you want to sign this thing, at your day job, your company or whatever, get it etched so everybody knows it belongs to your front desk, you can absolutely do that. Or if you take this thing on site, hey, you put your information on there, you're a project manager or you work in construction or something like that, then nobody's going to jack this bad boy because it'll have your information on it. So that's also very nice and a very cool touch. Bottom line, guys, this thing isn't cheap, but it is superbly built with a purpose. Let me, just before I cut, let me see if I know I got some stuff laying around here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So another example of again, that sealed bolt action. Do you see how it's just fully sealed, not letting anything in? Really premium. Similar feel, similar vibe. So very cool. And then like in terms of like premium materials and like things getting expensive, I'll show you something quite expensive. And this doesn't self-clean itself, but it's zirconium. It has a little Damascus bolt there and a mill, and then I even got this personalized to commemorate the segment of the channel. But yeah, man, like it's fun to spend money on stuff like this. But also, hey, this thing is cool. Actually, let me show you guys something really quick that I just thought of is you disassemble this. I want you to see the level of quality here. Okay. So of course you do get the Schmidt Easy Flow, but look at the threads in here. Let me let it focus before we cut out of here. Look at how clean that is. Then you also get, check that out, get a nice little gasket. I can't put this through the camera to you guys, unfortunately, in terms of like build quality. I just hope you're gonna trust when I compare it to obviously some staples and some mainstays in terms of bolt action pens, right? In terms of milled pocket clips, some real heavy hitters here, and beautiful in their own right. And then, but you look, although this weighs lighter, but see how much thicker it is, right? Which is cool, and it gives you kind of a hefty feel and a lot of purchase in hand. This is definitely more of a traditional feel in terms of from a writing perspective. This feels more like a traditional pen because of its more narrow diameter. And man, this thing feels good. And I like that it has a little bit of length to it so that none of this is going to engage with your hand. So if you're a lefty, you're fine. Obviously, if you're a righty, you're good to go. The clip isn't going to bother you. The bolt action part isn't going to bother you. So that was, guys, man, thanks for hanging in there while I kind of shared my thoughts. I wasn't really planning on this review to kind of ramble on like that. But man, yeah, I just ended up really liking this more than I thought I was going to. So Big shout out to Essential Precision Products, EPP, for kind of reaching out, sending this thing over. Yeah, I'm digging it. And honestly, like, I might have to hit up my HR department when I get back into work on Monday and see about getting a couple of these ordered for my day job at MagnaFlow. Because, yeah, sometimes we take deliveries and stuff. Although the pandemic has us shut down, our front desk does get pretty busy. People got to sign for packages and whatnot. Hey, why not have them sign something like this? Or I mean, even think about when I pick up my son from school. You know, they're really particular about, hey, bring your own pen. Like, how much better of an experience if you just provide people with something cool like this to sign with. You know, hey, you put the school name on there and the parents just pass this thing around and it's self-cleaning. Like, that's cool. I mean, it's obviously not the end all be all. It's not going to save lives or anything, but it's just kind of a cool little peace of mind. It's weighty, it feels different because it's doing something different as well. So again, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. I don't know if everybody sat through this one because some of you were probably like, okay, cool, pen looks nice. But yeah, man, I'm digging it. All right, I like it. I'm biased. This thing's awesome. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you liked the video, please do it like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks, guys.